Bruce, one other dimension of families fascinates me as it relates to their philanthropic initiatives, which is very often we're dealing with very affluent families. They have a lot of money, and for the most part I find their thinking about what they want to do is quite inspiring. They have great ideas. You know, they usually come to me, and I'm sure to you, with wonderful initiatives. How important is it, or is it important, that they pay attention to the execution, the management, once they've committed to an idea, to how it's going to be executed, how's it going to be measured? What's your thoughts?
A great idea exists only as a great idea until it's implemented. And what I've found with families is that often they don't recognize going in how much time and effort it's really going to take this great idea with all the resources it needs and implement it to a point where they can see their dreams come true. What do you find?
So we're talking about managing their expectations, that they're coming into a process thinking, well, I have an idea of how to help the homeless, but not paying attention to how to build a board, who will be the leader of that organization, how to fundraise and raise capital for it if it's needed. I find it almost a process of educating them that you can have all the money in the world, but if it's not being spent wisely, why give it away? So the execution part fascinates me. I find it one of education of a large family unit, which takes time.
But the other piece of it, Roy, is that if a family is working with an existing nonprofit organization, is finding the right balance between engagement with that nonprofit and letting the nonprofit do its thing, because they're the expert on homelessness or hunger or whatever the issue is. So finding the balance, because he who writes the check has a lot of power in the dynamic between the donor and the recipient of giving. How is that power used in order to achieve measurable results?
How about the family, though, that in that example, the foundation is outsourcing money to a specific group to do something. But how about the family that wants to undertake an initiative that's not out there in the market? Would you agree that the management, the strategy, the measuring of results is just as important as the initiative itself?
Absolutely. Right. If it's not going to be outsourced to an existing nonprofit, then the family itself has to create the structure and the governance and the mechanisms to execute on their vision.
And have you found that that is a difficult journey, explaining that to families, how time consuming that could be in order to pull off an initiative?
Yes. It is time consuming, it is difficult. Getting families to work together, sometimes it's like herding cats. These are people who have their own lives and they're coming together for a common purpose. If it's not going to be outsourced,